The entire entertainment and sports world just suffered a multi-million-dollar earthquake after 50 Cent launched a ruthless financial exposé, completely destroying the hidden alliance between undefeated boxing legend Floyd Mayweather and Rick Ross's crumbling Maybach music group. For years, fans wondered how Rick Ross managed to sustain his lavish, big boss lifestyle despite his recent album sales plummeting to disastrous, record-low numbers. But last night, 50 Cent pulled the curtain back in a terrifying live broadcast, revealing that Floyd Mayweather has secretly been acting as a silent financial partner, pumping millions of dollars of his own boxing wealth directly into MMG just to artificially fund Ross's failing music releases and keep the label afloat. The sheer magnitude of this corporate revelation has sent both the hip-hop industry and the boxing world into an absolute tailspin. 50 Cent didn't just fire off a standard internet joke. He allegedly leaked wire transfer details, laughing maniacally as he claimed Mayweather's own fortune is now drowning in Ross's commercial disasters. Stay locked in until the absolute end of this video, because the leaked corporate documents, the terrifying street responses, and Floyd Mayweather's incoming retaliation prove this multi-million-dollar war has just crossed the point of no return. To truly grasp the staggering magnitude of this multi-million-dollar corporate scandal, you have to understand the complex web of toxic history, broken brotherhoods, and ruthless business rivalries that connects 50 Cent, Floyd, Money, Mayweather, and Rick Ross. For over 2 decades, Curtis, 50 Cent, Jackson, and Floyd Mayweather shared one of the most famous, high-profile friendships in celebrity culture. They walked to the boxing ring together, bought matching luxury sports cars, and even attempted to build a joint boxing promotion empire under the Money Team brand. But when multi-million-dollar financial disputes and shattered business contracts tore their friendship apart in 2012, 50 Cent turned his legendary trolling machine onto Mayweather, creating some of the most viral, humiliating internet moments in history. At the same time, 50 Cent was waging an equally vicious, 15-year war against Rick Ross. Since 2009, 50 Cent made it his personal mission to destroy Rick Ross's big boss persona, constantly mocking his past, attacking his record sales, and ridiculing Maybach Music Group at every turn. For years, Rick Ross used MMG as the supreme symbol of independent wealth and street royalty. With artists like Meek Mill and Whale reaching commercial heights in the 2010s, Ross painted a picture of untouchable financial prosperity. However, as the streaming era took full control of the music industry, MMG's momentum hit a massive wall. High-profile roster departures, dwindling streaming numbers, and a string of commercially underperforming album releases created massive overhead deficits. Maintaining private jets, 200-acre estates, and fleets of exotic vehicles while funding expensive album rollouts began draining millions of dollars. Behind closed doors, music industry insiders whispered that MMG was quietly drowning in distribution debt and ballooning promotional expenses. Yet, despite record-low sales, Rick Ross continued to finance lavish music videos and maintain the illusion of unlimited capital. The public was baffled. Where was the money coming from? 50 Cent, armed with forensic corporate accountants and insider connections across private equity networks, spent months digging through corporate LLC filings and third-party capital loan registries. What 50 Cent uncovered wasn't just a basic music distribution loan. It was a secret, high-interest financial pipeline connecting Floyd Mayweather's private investment vehicles directly to Rick Ross's record label. 50 Cent waited patiently for the exact moment to pull the pin on this financial grenade, ready to humiliate both of his biggest rivals with a single, devastating corporate strike. The explosion detonated at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when 50 Cent went live on social media from a private penthouse suite in New York City, surrounded by digital screens displaying certified corporate wire logs, Delaware LLC registries, and state commercial lien filings. With over 500,000 viewers pouring into the stream within 2 minutes, 50 Cent held up a high-end cognac glass, burst into a signature laugh, and unleashed absolute destruction. The Money Team is officially the broke team. Floyd, what did I tell you about doing business with people who can't sell records? Look at these papers right here. Champ thought he was a music mogul, secretly pumping $25 million of boxing money into Maybach Music to keep Ross from getting dropped by his distributor. Floyd paid for the album rollouts, Floyd paid for the luxury cars in the videos, and now Ross sold less than 10,000 copies and Floyd's money is gone. Champ is out here bailing out the boss, while his own investment funds are bleeding out. The accusation sent the entire live chat into pandemonium. 50 Cent wasn't just throwing generic insults. He was reading off specific Delaware shell corporation names, multi-million-dollar promissory notes, and equity loan agreements that tied Mayweather's private holding group directly to MMG's distribution guarantees. According to 50 Cent, Mayweather quietly stepped in as a silent majority investor in MMG to collect streaming royalties, but because the label's recent projects commercially tanked, Mayweather was left holding an empty bag with millions of dollars in unrecoverable losses. Then came the first shocking twist that turned this viral live stream into a full-scale corporate catastrophe. Within 45 minutes of 50 Cent ending his stream, an anonymous entertainment lawyer leaked high-resolution PDF scans of an internal commercial debt consolidation agreement on a prominent finance forum. The leaked documents revealed that Rick Ross had allegedly signed over 40% of MMG's master catalog royalties and physical asset collateral to Mayweather's private investment firm in exchange for an emergency $15 million liquidity loan to prevent the label's distribution partnership from collapsing. The visual proof that Rick Ross did not own 100% of his empire, and that Floyd Mayweather was secretly the bankroll behind the struggling label, instantly obliterated Ross's independent, big boss narrative and sparked a frenzy across the entertainment industry. Within hours of the confidential corporate filings leaking onto financial forums and viral hip-hop blogs, hashtags like hashtag Floyd bails out Ross, hashtag 50 exposes MMG, and hashtag the money label surged to the absolute top of global trending feeds, racking up over 60 million impressions before sunrise. At 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, an enraged Rick Ross appeared on Instagram Live from the passenger seat of a customized Rolls-Royce speeding down a dark Miami highway. Pacing through a dense cloud of cigar smoke, his face contorted in a mix of fury and visible anxiety, Ross leaned directly into the camera to deliver an explosive, frantic defense. Curtis is broke and begging for attention because his television empire is running out of gas. Maybach Music Group is an untouchable, $100 million global brand. I don't need Floyd's money. I don't need nobody's charity. Champ is my brother, and we do big business at the highest executive levels. Don't let an internet troll confuse multi-million-dollar equity expansion with a bailout. We expanding into private sports syndicates, and 50 is crying on live stream because he can't get a seat at the billionaire table. While Ross aggressively attempted to spin the secret funding as a forward-thinking business partnership, his defensive body language told a completely different story. Commentators in the chat quickly pointed out that Ross never once denied the existence of the leaked promissory notes, nor did he dispute the 40% catalog collateral transfer. Then came the second, explosive reveal that elevated this corporate conflict into an active, multi-million-dollar emergency for Floyd Mayweather himself. At 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, prominent sports business analysts and forensic accountants broke down Mayweather's recent exhibition fight earnings across social media, exposing that Mayweather's primary holding company had recently received multiple formal creditor inquiries regarding delayed venue vendor payments and promotional escrow shortages. The leaked financial breakdown revealed the catastrophic chain reaction because nearly $25 million of Mayweather's liquid reserves were tied up in MMG's commercially underperforming album rollouts, high overhead music videos, and unrecouped distribution advances. Mayweather's own short-term liquidity had hit a severe corporate bottleneck. 50 Cent immediately jumped back onto Instagram with merciless, predatory timing. He posted a parody fight poster titled Floyd Mayweather vs. the IRS, sponsored by Maybach Music, adding a devastating caption that sent the internet into hysterics. Champ went 50-0 in the ring just to catch a technical knockout in the music industry. Ross got Floyd paying for private jet fuel, catering tabs, and studio time while the albums go double plastic. Somebody call an emergency financial advisor before Floyd has to lace up the gloves at 50 years old just to pay the studio electric bill. The pressure was mounting from all angles, and the carefully guarded financial empires of two of the culture's biggest icons were publicly unraveling in real time. The fallout from 50 Cent's devastating financial exposé triggered an absolute media blackout across mainstream entertainment hubs before erupting into a global firestorm of debates, analytical breakdowns, and digital warfare across X, TikTok, YouTube, and sports networks worldwide. Within hours of the corporate filings and promissory notes circulating online, over 80 million impressions suffocated social media feeds. For the vast majority of hip-hop commentators and business analysts, 50 Cent's takedown was viewed as the most ruthlessly brilliant corporate checkmate in modern rap history. At Boxing and Beats_Daily, 50 Cent is the undisputed king of corporate assassination. Exposing that Floyd Mayweather was secretly pumping $25 million into Maybach Music just to keep Rick Ross from going under is the craziest crossover beef ever. Floyd went 50-0 against world champions just to get knocked out by streaming algorithms and bad album sales. At CultureWatch_Finance, Rick Ross spent 15 years rapping about owning private jets and infinite cartel wealth, only for 50 Cent to leak the receipts showing Floyd Mayweather is the one actually paying the electric bills and studio rental tabs. You can never rap about being an independent boss ever again. At Wall Street Hip Hop, those Delaware corporate filing numbers and UCC-1 financing statements are completely legitimate. Ross literally pledged 40% of MMG's master catalog and physical assets as collateral for an emergency liquidity lifeline. 50 Cent didn't just troll them, he audited them live on camera. At the Urban Boardroom, the financial fallout here is catastrophic. If Mayweather's liquid assets are tied up in unrecouped music advances, both brands take a massive hit with institutional lenders. 50 Cent played 4D chess with their corporate reputations. However, on the other side of the digital war, an impassioned, vocal faction of Rick Ross loyalists, Mayweather defenders, and black business advocates pushed back hard against the narrative, arguing that high-level equity partnerships are standard corporate practice. At MMG_legacy_true, people on the internet have zero clue how real corporate ventures work. Moguls invest in other moguls' companies every single day. Floyd putting capital into MMG isn't a bailout. It's private equity expansion. 50 Cent is just bitter because he couldn't get a piece of the pie. At TMT_forever_champ, Floyd Mayweather has generated over $1 billion in career revenue. A $25 million venture investment into Music Masters is pocket change for the champ. 50 Cent is reaching for clout because Floyd stopped answering his phone calls years ago. At Southern Rap Historian, the culture shouldn't be celebrating the public sabotage of two iconic black entrepreneurs. 50 Cent weaponizing corporate debt structures to publicly humiliate his peers damages the entire independent business ecosystem. It's dirty business, plain and simple. The controversy quickly blew past social media and exploded across major morning radio broadcasts and national sports television segments. On The Breakfast Club, First Take, and Undisputed, commentators engaged in high-voltage shouting matches, debating whether Floyd Mayweather's pristine financial reputation could withstand being dragged into a failing record label's balance sheet crisis. Prominent sports business analysts called into live broadcasts, warning that if third-party creditors begin freezing Mayweather's promotional escrow accounts over delayed venue payments, upcoming multi-million-dollar exhibition fights could face severe regulatory scrutiny. Meanwhile, memes mocking Floyd Mayweather acting as an unpaid A&R executive, carrying boxes of CDs and trying to read MMG contract clauses, completely took over TikTok, racking up hundreds of millions of views. 50 Cent kept the pressure cooker on maximum heat, changing his social media profile picture to a mock business card naming himself the Chief Liquidation Officer of the Money Team. The entertainment and sports worlds were completely paralyzed, divided between uncontrollable laughter at the historic level of disrespect and deep shock at the sudden vulnerability of two legendary icons. Just when the world believed the controversy had reached its absolute boiling point, a final, earth-shattering twist emerged from behind the closed doors of a Las Vegas corporate law firm that threatens to turn this billionaire rivalry into an all-out, scorched-earth legal war. At 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, emergency federal court filings were prepared in the District of Nevada by an elite legal task force representing Floyd Mayweather. The emergency filing contained an explosive, multi-million-dollar lawsuit draft alleging corporate espionage, unauthorized breach of private banking servers, and tortious interference against Curtis, 50 Cent, Jackson. Mayweather's high-powered attorneys are claiming that 50 Cent obtained the private debt ledgers, LLC operating agreements, and UCC-1 financing statements through an unlawful digital leak from a compromised third-party escrow officer. Mayweather's legal team is demanding an immediate federal injunction to seize all digital assets related to the leak, slap 50 Cent with a permanent gag order, and seek over $50 million in statutory damages for corporate defamation. However, sources close to 50 Cent's camp immediately dropped a far more dangerous, radioactive counter-bombshell that brought the entire entertainment world to a complete standstill. Taking to his social media broadcast at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 50 Cent posted a high-resolution screenshot of an encrypted cloud audio file labeled with a terrifying title, Floyd_Ross_Miami_Penthouse_confrontation, MP3. Underneath the file preview, 50 Cent attached a live 24-hour digital countdown timer, accompanied by a chilling warning that sent pure panic ripping through both Mayweather's and Ross's inner circles. Tell your lawyers to file that paperwork, Floyd.
Please file it.
The exact second that federal lawsuit hits the public docket, I'm pressing play on this 3-hour master audio tape from that Miami penthouse meeting. Let the world hear you screaming at Ross, demanding your $25 million back in cash before the banks freeze your accounts. Let the fans hear the champ crying about bounced interest checks and threatened collateral seizures. Try me, Floyd. I dare you to press that legal button. Read that again. The leaked corporate promissory notes were just the opening salvo. 50 Cent is allegedly sitting on a full-length, unedited private recording of Floyd Mayweather and Rick Ross engaged in a volatile, expletive-laden shouting match behind closed doors, exposing hidden debts, off-the-books cash transactions, and deep corporate betrayals that could trigger immediate federal audits for both empires. The entire industry is now frozen on the edge of a cliff. If Floyd Mayweather files the multi-million-dollar lawsuit to protect his brand, 50 Cent will release the explosive master recording and blow both empires wide open for the world to hear. Both sides are standing with their fingers hovering over the nuclear launch codes, and neither side is backing down. Will Floyd Mayweather risk everything, move forward with a federal lawsuit, and let 50 Cent drop the recording of a lifetime? Or will the champ and the boss be forced into an embarrassing private settlement to keep the audio locked in the vault forever? The 24-hour countdown is ticking, the pressure is at a code red maximum, and the next 24 hours will determine the ultimate fate of 3 legendary titans. This has been without a doubt the most shocking, explosive, and high-stakes corporate financial war we have ever covered on this channel. Now I want to hear directly from you, the most engaged, sharpest community on YouTube. Did 50 Cent pull off the ultimate strategic masterclass by exposing Floyd Mayweather's secret partnership with Maybach Music Group, or did he take things way too far by leaking private corporate debt ledgers? Do you believe Floyd Mayweather really sank millions into Rick Ross's label to keep it alive, or was this just a standard business investment that went left? What do you think is going to happen if 50 Cent actually follows through on his countdown and drops that explosive Miami penthouse confrontation recording? Drop your wildest theories, legal predictions, and unfiltered reactions in the comments section down below right now. I am going to be down in the comments reading and replying to the best breakdowns all day long. If your mind was completely blown by this emergency deep dive, smash that like button immediately. It helps the algorithm push this investigation to hip-hop and boxing fans all around the world. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell right now. We are tracking this high-stakes standoff live as it develops across Las Vegas, Miami, and New York, and the exact second Floyd's lawyers file that lawsuit, or the moment 50 Cent's countdown timer hits 0, we will be dropping an exclusive, emergency follow-up video you cannot afford to miss. Thank you for watching, stay locked in, and I will see you in the very next video.